This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hello, fellow Whovians, and welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I am coming to you live from Hooly Hooly in Powell, Ohio, just outside of Columbus. And yeah, I'm having myself a wonderful night so far, with fun drinks and my fun tiki shirts instead of my usual Quidditch jerseys. And before I bring people in, I'm just going to show off my earlier beverage preparation here.
There you go.
Fire. So yes, welcome everybody to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We've got an amazing show for you because we are, in fact, going to be talking about this past week's return of Sutek on The Legend of Ruby. I almost said Ruby Tuesday. I almost did it. We need to have like a swear jar, but every time you say Ruby Tuesday instead of Ruby Sunday, I think that's the thing we need to do. But yes, we're going to be reviewing The Legend of Ruby Sunday, but thankfully I'm not alone. Let's see who else we have in here. I'll just randomly pick someone. Eeny, meeny, miny. Hi, Candyman.
Hi, how you guys doing? I've got some special candy from Canada.
Ooh, Wonderbar.
Wonderbar 2 times 2.
Yeah.
Big Turk, which is, I hear, is Dave's favourite. He loves bringing around the shows.
You've had the Big Turk.
I know. I was the first one to have it.
I think you were, yeah.
And some cherry blast. Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all good. It was good to see Sophie doing the spoilers intros, and welcome to that. I was with Sophie at the weekend doing a little promo for her event at London Film and Comic Con, which will be the 5th and 6th of July.
Ooh,
Doing quite well.
she was such a delight.
She's lovely. I am looking forward to discussing about this show. I'm really positive about this. And remember, spoilers ahead. And who have we got next, Dave?
Who else do we have? I think we've got Eeny, Meeny, Miny. Hi, Tom.
Oh. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday.
Oh,
Dave put an earworm in my
okay,
head.
Tom wants to go goodbye. Okay, well, we can do that. No. So how are you doing,
Hi.
Tom?
Besides the earworm, I'm fine. I'm free.
Free.
I got grapes. Grapes. Hi, Mr. Pig.
I have a mermaid on a lime
Yes, you are.
with a flower in a fish.
In a bowl.
Hello, ladies.
Oh, yeah. Remember to drink responsible.
Yes, exactly. I've also got
That's
a
a
giant
responsibility
water.
as well.
Had some amazing food earlier. So yes, no, obviously yes, always be responsible. And as I bring in, I'm going to show off this little 12 seconds because I've done a lot of the spoiler stuff, but I didn't do this one.
What do you use?
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Oh, not yet. Spoilers.
Sorry, spoilers.
Spoilers.
I like that word.
I thought you might.
I'm
Kevo.
here. I
Look what
appeared
you did.
as my magic. Thank you. Hello.
The responsible one, Kevo.
Yeah.
That is a dangerous thing for you to say. Oh my goodness.
Kevo the
Of
response.
the four of us, I mean,
my.
I mean, Dave did start this broadcast with fire. Dave, I was not expecting the pyrotechnics, and I feel like none of us have been able to match that energy since we started. I had nothing. I grabbed my Pride Dalek, so I would at least have some sort of prop. But yeah, that was impressive. Your venue is beautiful. Make sure to thank them and check and see if they're Whovians.
Oh, they are.
Oh, well, there you go. Even better.
There you go.
Rick, wonderful owner here is a little bit behind, so he's going to be getting some spoilers in the background. But I'm going to actually, if I pop over, I wonder if I can zoom in enough to see this back wall. That was not the point of the wall I wanted to see. That's also the bar. Wrong way. Zoom. Yeah, no, not quite. But if you look down at the bottom of that, that shelf, you can see some Star Wars geeky tikis because they had a bunch of Star Wars in here in May. So that was, and there's a couple more behind that. Whatever is there too. But yeah, they got a whole rack of Star Wars geeky tikis. Amongst other things. Like, I mean, I can't. Let's see if I can get more of the up with this camera. You can not in a way that does it justice, but you can kind of just mugs everywhere from all over the place. You got a couple in here from Stormcrow up in Toronto that I mentioned last time I was here. Oh, this place is this is gorgeous. Seriously, it's nice. Like I said, it's in Powell, basically the suburbs of Columbus. And I try and come here every year for Origins. Before I go to Origins, it's usually the Tuesday. That's why I wasn't here last year on the Tuesday, because I was just like, I'm not doing the show from here. But this year I'm doing the show from here because this is going to be a good show.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we got also thank you everybody who's joined in. I got some Edward here. We got Andrew. Hey. I like a tiki mug that looks like Strax. I don't think Geeky Tiki's done a Suntaran. Geeky Tiki has done a bunch of Doctor Who stuff, mostly from Matt Smith era. They've actually got a bunch of shot glass sized ones.
Yeah.
I did not pick up the K9 bowl.
I want the TARDIS one.
TARDIS was not available. I think I have a TARDIS shot glass version. But yeah, there's some fun stuff. Roger likes my my Hawaiian shirt. I think I got this at Origins a couple of years ago, actually.
Great colors.
Yeah. Legend of All You Can Eat Salad Bar. No, I had a lovely Hawaiian chicken thing. Fire. I'm just working my way backwards here. So now I don't know what that one is.
That's
earlier in the conversation. There we go. One of many subtle references to dogs and Sutek throughout season 1, like space babies fighting their nasty doggo.
this one. And the Beatles sing there, I've got a dog, he's not dead. Yup, there's a lot of stuff. I haven't gone back and rewatched the season. I've just seen other people pointing out things like that, and I'm like, snap, that's cool. But yeah, this, and then the space babies in the premiere. I've got to fight the nasty doggo, dogs, and stuff like that.
That's yeah. Okay. No, I missed those references completely.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I'm sure we all missed a ton of stuff.
Right. Gonna update my thing here. There we go. Not liver live. I realized just as I was going live that I had not updated my little headline thing to my usual. I'm live from wherever the heck I am on a given day, and I want to do that specifically.
Wow. Excuse me.
I think that's right. There we go. There we go. So yes, we have part 1 of our finale done in the books. We've got part 2 and kind of part 1.5 coming this week.
Whatever it's going to be, because we still don't understand what is going to be happening. You're referring to Tales of the TARDIS, which we're getting on Thursday, but where does that land after this ending? I don't think there's anywhere in between.
No,
and we, just to be clear, we are not getting it. Our wonderful friends like Mark over in the UK are getting it.
I think what will happen is like what normally happens in the Tales of the TARDIS. It's just pulled out of a time stream, and they do the story.
Yeah,
and then they'll go back in. Because, like, if you actually look at the Tales of the TARDIS,
yeah, I've watched them.
Yeah, the TARDIS is a mismatch of all the different TARDISes. Like, it's like a mixture of all time streams into one TARDIS.
So,
yeah,
just for
like
everybody who's watching, if you are not familiar, Tales from the TARDIS is, as I said, it's going back and looking at old serials. Sometimes they've been edited, sometimes they haven't. This one's going to be edited fairly significantly. They're cutting out about 20 minutes worth of footage, and apparently they're updating the graphics.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say hopefully they do it better than Lucas did when he redid Star Wars.
Most of the Blu-ray editions, the practical Blu-ray editions, will have the same sort of special effects.
Yeah, but the question: are they going to update the? Because there's an image of Sutek without his mask.
Yeah.
Are they going to update that to the new version of Sutek or something like in between? Or so there's definitely some questions on how they're going to address that.
Well,
so here's the plan for those of us in North America. If I can find a way, Sea Devils, be damned, to get my hands on that on Thursday. It drops that episode drops in the middle of the day for North America. We may have something going on Thursday night. We may come online a little bit earlier on Friday for the watch party to talk about it. We may talk about it on a completely different day.
But we're
I
ready.
also don't know my schedule here in Columbus. It'll depend a little bit on what I've got for space and timing for my media stuff. For my gaming media stuff here. Thankfully, it's not Saturday night because that's the Origins Awards, which is why I'm here. So I definitely wouldn't be doing that one. But and hopefully, Jessamine might be able to watch it and check it out. That would be really nice. Hint, hint, Jessamine. Hello.
Knock, knock.
Come and play.
She's very busy at the moment, doing loads of cons.
Andrews, hopefully you guys have seen most of the Tales of the TARDIS. Yes, I think we've seen the previous ones. Yes, the old image was in fact spooky as hell. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Dave. Yes. I certainly have seen Pyramid of Mars, and that is officially been announced that yes, it is going to be Pyramid of Mars, which is 49 years ago, the first appearance of Sutekh. So yeah, that's not a surprise anymore. That's public knowledge now. So if you can't watch Tales from the TARDIS, you can certainly probably track down the Pyramid of Mars, the full version. And like I said, they're going to be cutting about 20 minutes out of that 4-episode serial, which is Dan, I'll be at a con in Chattanooga all weekend, so I'll miss everything until I get back next Monday. Yeah, have some good barbecue at least. Chattanooga's got some really nice barbecue.
Also, as I discovered today, there are even further cut down versions of the stories that are being used in Tales of the TARDIS from the official YouTube channel for Doctor Who. So there's like I watched the 12-minute version of Earthshock before getting on this broadcast. I watched Time Meddler as well. Like very short, so it's
Cold
not
notes.
like even shorter than the Tales of the TARDIS, which is already a cut down.
Yeah.
But it's out there, so they are trying to make sure that there are classic clips accessible to people, even with whatever is going on with the rights.
Yeah. And yeah, Andrew's point here, Pyramid of Mars will have extra bookends on either end with Ncuti and Millie. Thinks the memory TARDIS is created in the time window, which is possible.
Will this be its origin? Will
yeah.
we finally learn how Tales of the TARDIS came to be?
So we have seen pictures of Ncuti in what appeared and appears to be the memory TARDIS before this was ever announced. Like one of the promo images has what appears to be that set in the background. And there's been all sorts of weird, fascinating stuff in those bookends, which the bookends themselves are available on YouTube. We'll probably
that image is the one in the middle, by the way.
Exactly. There we go. Yeah, the only one of these I really hated was Collins. I cannot stand he looks like an off-season Santa Claus.
Yes.
He does give really big Pooh Bear energy. Very, very, very big Pooh Bear energy.
That's giving it too much credit. I think I agree that they should have gotten rid of the old, checkerboard patchwork coat. I totally agree with that. But they could have pulled in something closer to the blue from the comics and canonized that. That would have been a much more fun thing for them to have done, and I think they missed an opportunity there. But
that outfit's also a little too close to 5, I think, with that white, that cream color. So I think it's also not a unique palette for his character either.
Yeah, it's kind of red and cream, which again, it sort of fits him. But yeah, no, I don't. That is the one thing I think really missed the mark. But they also mentioned Sylvester mentioned, yeah, I'm old here, but in another timeline, I regenerated. So they were hinting at the bi-generation before it ever happened. Like these, I'm excited to see what they do with this specific Tales from the TARDIS, and then the finale, and then to rewatch all those Tales from the TARDIS to see how much they connect. Because I think they connect more than I think most people think.
Yeah, but also the reason why we put the grown old is because of how the Doctor with Jodie's last episode.
Yeah,
we've seen Peter Davison and Sylvester McCoy.
Yeah, exactly. So
talking about old, the guy who played Sutekh is the same character.
Yes,
who played in 1974.
The voice of
Gabriel
Sutekh.
Wolf. He's 91 years old.
Sorry, how old?
91.
91.
Yeah.
91. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And seriously, like class act to be able to bring someone back that far out, and that he's healthy enough to be able to do that. Yeah, Gabriel Wolf, 91. It'd be great. It would be. Yeah. It's really nice that they were able to do that. So, why don't we get some numbers going here. Let's
Okay.
we're busy fangirling over here. Partly vamping to see if any, because there was a couple of other people who might have been able to at least pop in, and they may or may not.
I want Melanie running down the street again on her phone.
91 and still able to wear the helmet. Yes. Thank you, Mark.
I wish. Dick Van Dyke could do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was also the voice of the Beast. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a whole episode of connections in and of itself. But yeah, Ruby's mom mentions the Beast, and so there's been all sorts of, is the Beast Sutek? Was Sutek the Beast? Is there a whole nother set of in there? Again, maybe we'll find out next week. But yes, numbers. Tom, 1 out of 10 TARDISes. What did you give Ruby Sunday?
7.5.
7.5 out of 10. Your big pile of notes.
Yes.
And Candyman, what about you?
On Friday, I gave it 9.5. However, after rewatching it, I'm going to have to drop it down to a 9.
Down to a 9, all right. And Kevo?
I am going to give it a very wobbly 9. It could go up to a 10 with time, but it could also drop to an 8. So it is not a solid 9 yet.
It's a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey 9.
Yes, very fluxy, very paradoxy.
There you go. And as usual, you get mine at the end of the show because I can do that. So here's what we're gonna do. We are getting close. We should wait a little bit, but I'm going to run some commercials here. I'm going to bring up, because there is a few different things. There's supposed to be something dropped in there. There's not. I'm going to go look and see if I can find the text for one of them, because there was one that was supposed to be made that Christian gave us some text, and then he took the text away, and then he put it back in. So I need to find that. Christian, if you're watching, could you resend that blue tape text? That would be fabulous, because it's not in the private chat where you said it was going to be.
Live TV.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
You love
we
it.
will. We're going to go here. I'll throw off a few notes. We're going to star a couple of those. Here's a couple of videos. Thank you guys for your patience, and stay tuned and become part of the legend.
Hey everybody, welcome back to an all-new X's for Show, your premiere show for streaming media content.
A great creative team and a great concept that is years in the making.
That's certainly one of the interesting things about this as a program.
Hot names, even hotter ideas.
The silliest version of every single one.
Hot names, even hotter ideas.
Everybody is so even-keeled. That is a nonsense
him.
thing that you just said.
I'm not wrong. I've seen all the films.
I get what you're saying. I hate it.
It's really ugly to call out a genius on air.
Nobody screams at each other and goes,
I will fight you! Wow, what a great moment for our show.
Truly, we did it.
This would be a great jumping on point for you.
2,000 episodes in.
Every weekend and Wednesdays.
Shows no signs of stopping.
You can check the show out at X's for Show.
Come on. I mean, we've got a show, baby. Just, you gotta trust us. It's gonna be good.
Whoops. I was not ready. That ended before I could. Hold on. Ah! Oh, no. We're breaking all of the things.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Flaw, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
Alright, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity, streaming now.
And I've got that text, but I'm going to throw this up as well. Ooh. After this episode at 8 o'clock Eastern, the episode that I did live with Kevo and Katie, one of my writers at TheRatHole.ca, I'm going to be debuting early for all of you wonderful Traveling TARDIS viewers. So if you head over to my YouTube channel, TheRatHole DOTCA, and there it is there, and you will get a chance to take an early look at all of the wonderful offerings for Free RPG Day. Because why not? That's a fun thing to do. And we had a ton of fun. I also have our new sponsor information over here on this other thing. Team TARDIS wants to give a special thanks to Blue Tape Comics. We got these two wonderful Doctor Who comics from them, which I should be putting up. Kevo, can you grab there's a picture of two comics there. If you can throw that up, because I'm not in there to see it. Very friendly, reasonably priced, highly recommend. Selling all types of collectibles, comic books, toys, action figures, die-cast. Buy it now items along with auction items. Veteran-owned small business, buy, sell, trade, eBay ID, Blue Tape Comics, all one word. Email bluetapecomics@gmail.com and tell them that the Traveling TARDIS sent you. Thank you for the extra help there, Kevo. Yes, why buggered up the middle thing? I wanted to throw a flower in my ear. Because, why not? Yes, that is why. That is literally what I was doing. I was funneling around with the flower.
So much.
And buggered up a commercial.
Worth it. Looks amazing. Matches your shirt.
Exactly.
If it clashed, I would have said it wasn't worth it. Like if it was blue, I would have said you're a fool. But
yes.
It's fine.
But this one actually matches. It's great. That is kind of the point. However, now that we've got all of those commercially things done, let's just take a quick look, see if there's any other comments I want to bring up before I throw in. I should find that image. That's all sorts of fun. But that's I'll just throw this up anyway. Toymaker, Trickster, Maestro, Reprobate, the Mara. Which was the Mara is a 6th Doctor story. It was a snake. I think it was 6th Doctor. Malice and Mischief and Misery and Censored. 5. It was 5. Tom is correcting me. It was a 5. I knew it was 5 or 6. I just couldn't remember. Doubt and Dread, as well as the Gods of Skin and Shame and Secrets. The Beast is not on that list. I would just like to point that out. There are a few people I kind of thought were going to be on that list. I'm surprised we got that list at all, quite frankly. But we got a couple that were already on, that have already appeared on Doctor Who, and a few that haven't. So, interesting. But Fifth Doctor, it took over Tegan. That's right. It's been a while since I've watched it, so I'm still in the work of that. Andrew says one thing I would have liked to see in the reveal of Sutek is the original helmet with his eyes glowing, then removing the helmet to see the creature beneath. I'm curious to see, and I think a lot of people are, whether we get the opposite of that, whether we get that helmet moment, because that is pretty iconic for Sutek for older fans. So we'll see what we get. But the low end of our reviews, the traditional starting point for us, is Tom. Hey, Tom, why'd you only give it 7.5? Why?
So I thought we had more people on tonight, so I would be in the middle.
No.
Okay. Poof. But did you die? So let's go through the list. Ow. Werewolves of London. Let's see. TARDIS is flying again. It's not dematerializing. It has to go. I don't mind that. I think it's fun. Because show me the loving. Not too loud there. Let's see. Someone threw at me it's the same ideas as Series 1. I don't mind. seen Star Wars, seen the prequel, seen a sequel. It's the same story. Trickster, the same idea from Sarah Jane Adventures. That's a possibility. I don't know whose this god is, but he's the god of money. I'm still waiting for my money there. The anagram, yes, we all were fooled by anagram. No one say anything. It was still fun. The suit tech thing, was it pushing it? No. It didn't bother me. It was fun at the end. Suit tech. Okay. Then we had the whole Army of Darkness and Evil Dead kind of thing. This was fun. Misdirection was cool. Why was Donna not there? She's with Unit, but they bring in Rose, and Rose goes, well, they only had me doing her little minuscule things. Like, was it really necessary to bring her back? Why not? They introduced her. She's a character in there, of course. But what about Shirley? Where's Shirley? She was in there. The ramp was with the TARDIS. Is she with the 14th Doctor? That makes me kind of wonder.
She is apparently back next season.
Okay, that's cool.
I think she was busy, but
yeah.
Kind of want to see them fight Sutek. Why did I write that one for? H. Arbinger. I like things like that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, Harbinger. Wah, wah, wah.
Classic.
Then we have the whole Evil Dead thing. Now, the negative, Blinks. Is it just to have a robot on the show? Was it really necessary? You just had the computer just do a voice. I don't know. I like robots. So that was my little half point off because, Blinks was Rose important, lots of characters. So it wasn't spectacular, but it was still half there. Now, Mrs. Flood, what the deuce? What the deuce, man? Oh, he who waits. And was she actually looking to the camera? I was like, creepy. Is she with Sutek? She's another one of the minions? Who knows? Okay, here's the full point. Kate did not know about Susan Foreman. Susan was in the archives, along with Peter Cushing. We had the movie Doctor on the board. Oh, my father never talked to me about your granddaughters. It's supposed to lead into, well, I have children in the futures. Maybe we'll get Jenny. That'd be nice. Which will lead me down to the bottom, which my hope for what's coming up the next episode, even though some might not want to see this person or persons, I still kind of fits in, makes sense, end the season. Love Mel. Oh my God. I see, it's a guesstimate. Here's Doctor in panic mode saying, oh, Mel's going to save him because it's Mel and him riding on a scooter back into unit headquarters. Mel is the hero at the beginning of the next episode. I'm betting on that. 5 cents. The emotions, character building, that's a plus or minus there. The time window, we finally get a holodeck. Did you build a Doctor? You say we cannot have it. Where is it? Oh, it's a 10th floor down. Okay. So it's fun. The idea, someone said the smoke, Sutek, was it happening in the holograms? Like, well, that's for the illusion. It's supposed to be here and there. So, the fact that we knew the soldier was going to die. I mean, that's just a given. That's just basic story writing. Like, don't go behind her. Don't go. Oh, you do it. Oh, people in the theater. Don't go behind the TARDIS. Don't go behind the TARDIS. Oh, you're gonna die. It's true.
Me.
Someone throwing popcorn.
Also me.
Yeah, 10 floors down. Holodeck.
Okay.
The VHS. I still have the VCR. Right there. That's my VCR. The VHS. If I still had the Betamax working, I use the Super Beta, but I don't. I should say Fenguli. Halfway done list. Betamax. The soldier's going to die, obviously. The dust cloud didn't bother me. I felt it was okay. Susan. We're all hoping for Susan. I'm still believing she'll be in Big Finish. I'm just saying me.
I mean,
but-
she is in Big Finish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Spoilers. This Susan Trey, such a nice lady, but then she turns all twisted. Susan Twist. Total Army of Darkness. Was Sutek always in the TARDIS? Did it start at the beginning with Giggle when they were on the edge of the universe and all this happened? Or was it back during Pure Mars when we saw the dog head? And will we ever see Sutek sitting down in a chair again, watch the hand just hold a pillow? That was classic. I wonder if that's going to be Tales of the TARDIS. There's the hand holding the pillow.
The pillow is in the TARDIS. Oh my God. They would do that. They would.
With Thing right there. Okay. The original voice actor, 91 years old. That was fantastic.
Bless.
That's what I tried to do for Doctor Who. They brought back the original time cyber controller, even though he was a very large dude. Because David Banks said, no, we have him, bring him back. He's the controller. So for this wolf to be here, spectacular. That's what we like. That's what we like. Now the last part, the other point off. The emotional state, which is overused. I feel, here's my prediction. I predict the 14th Doctor is going to come back and help, because if 4th couldn't do it, 15th can't do it alone. He's going to need more help. He's got all these gods. If we're going to see the other gods, I don't know all of them, but
maybe.
I feel that the 14th, because I have not even been spoiled by an actor I know who predicted all this like a month ahead of time, that he needs more help, because it's more, to me, this is the classic Trek where Kirk was split in half. His motion split in half. Yeah, the dark side of him and the light side, and this is what I feel. So, is it the merging together? I don't know, but at least bring in 14th Doctor to help out against a god they couldn't deal with the first time around. Fear of Sutek is fine. Too much the crying thing. You know, at the end of this, sure, yes, it's very emotional. He's going through all these things, but as I was pointed out to me, he was just crying throughout the whole season. It's like, and it seemed the way it does. Like, okay, that made sense. Makes sense to me. It's like, so that's why next season's got to be strong. He's got to get some help with dealing with this god he couldn't deal with the first time. And that's that.
All right. Meanwhile, Steve now has made it so I have to go, when I get home, have to go look at another. Oh, horror of horrors. I have to watch another classic serial. I'm under the impression Malice, Mischief, and Mayhem were the gods of Ragnarok from the greatest show in the galaxy.
That's what we were saying on Friday.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go back and watch that one. I for the record, I love that serial. So cool. And I love the Big Finish brought Mags back from that. Shoplifting in Catford. I think they brought Rose back as she might be in the unit spinoff, just like the Blinks. That's valid. And let's be fair, you know, Donna's probably not there because she's a busy actress, and not a cheap one either. And not that they don't have that Sony money and stuff. Andrew points out that the Wild Blue Yonder was the first TARDIS grown since Sutek's first appearance in 1975. So I'm sure we'll find more about that
in the next episode.
Things go on. Yeah, we totally did know that the Colonel was going to die. Yep. Unit only really knew about the Doctor and his companions in detail from the second Doctor. They didn't know Susan is the Doctor's granddaughter, just a former companion.
They might not have. More
specific. That's
we don't know. It's not confirmed.
Yeah, we can't deny it. And also remember, with the Dark Archives, as soon as you walk out, you forget what's in the Dark Archives.
Oh, see,
they don't remember half of what's in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I completely forgot. I was there so many times.
Yeah, exactly. Which I had the same problem with. What I said on Friday, that there was an image showing Susan as being a companion of the Doctor, but then I said, "Oh, it is the Dark Archives," so she probably could have forgotten about it.
Yeah.
She walked out.
Gadget thinks that Donna's baby's in trouble and Donna's going to come back with 14.
I love the doctor asking Rose how her uncle is. I didn't catch it the first time that I watched, but when he greets her, he says, "How's your uncle?" I loved that.
Somebody was saying, "Oh, well, why didn't he say how's my niece doing?" Like referring to her. What? He is your uncle. Why is he saying that? No, you person.
Be more boring.
I am sorry that your miserable life is so terrible that you do not understand the concept of chosen family. Like seriously, this is.
Sorry, you're mad all the time. Sorry, you're mad all the time.
Exactly. The individual, the doctor is not her biological uncle. The individual is the 14th Doctor has been chosen to be family.
Papa Russell, Dave Chapman will be now known as Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave. Only if I make good fried rice. And for those who get that joke, it's funny. If you didn't get the joke, we'll talk after.
I got
we will talk after.
It's a TikToker thing.
Oh. I was like, am I too young or too old? I'm too old. That's what it is. You guys are too hip for me.
It might also be on YouTube. I don't know if Uncle Roger is on there. Before the TARDIS groan, we had the cloister bell sound when something was off. Black Archive wipes your memory every time you see it. Yeah, there you go. So cool. So you were both 9, right?
I was strong 9. I was 9.5 down to 9, and Kevo it was wobbly, wobbly.
So I think that feels like Kevo's going next because wobbly 9 beats solid 9, or you know what I mean.
I'm going to change to a slightly warmer background for this. No, I really enjoyed this overall. It's been a really fun and interesting first season. Because it's like I always say, it's just a comic book thing. You're resetting to a number 1 because you're trying to make it a new starting point, a new launching point. I had this friend who is only 23, so he's not like, hasn't been watching since the beginning, obviously, ever caught maybe an episode or 2, and is like, you talk about Doctor Who a lot. Where should I start? What should I watch? And I was like, you know what? Watch Runaway Bride, Partners in Crime, and then skip straight to the new stuff. If you like the new season, go back, explore, watch whatever. But like, we're living in the now here, and this is what television production looks like. And I am really, really, really so impressed with everything that they've done this season. And I am really so happy for Russell T Davies, who clearly has always wanted to do so many of these things. They've done so many bold new things, but also the old canon that he has pulled out and the references back to old canon. Like I said, I've been examining Tales of the TARDIS, so I've been watching some classic episodes through that, and I watched The Three Doctors. That was my first ever full classic story. Oh man. But like, the more I'm seeing clips of and watching classic, it's like when I watched TOS for Star Trek. I'm really seeing so many, echoes of what they're doing today. They're trying to harken back to so much classic, and bringing back a villain like this, who I think would have been too bold of a swing in 2005 to 2008. You can do things like Tales of the TARDIS, or putting out an even shorter version on YouTube that's accessible internationally. And you can look it up on Tubi, or you can watch it on iPlayer. They have all these options, and you can, or you don't need to at all in a lot of ways. They're trying to make it something that can be accessible for everyone while also being today. And as I'm watching these Doctor Who stories across time, you can see Doctor Who is always a story that's evolved, and always a show that's been evolving. And this is just a really cool thing, as someone who doesn't have as much classic experience, to see a classic story brought to life like this, and see so many people excited and invigorated and curious. And there's still so many threads dangling, which is part of why it's not a full solid 9. Like, we still don't understand what's going on with Mrs. Flood. That's confusing. I don't assume she is related to Sutek yet. But then what does that mean? I had thought she was going to be the Harbinger, so I wasn't expecting Harriet. Kind of feel like I should have now that I'm saying it out loud. Flood isn't Harbinger, and that's the joke. But again, yeah, watching Classic, they do silly things all the time. And, it doesn't always work for everyone, and it's not always a slam dunk. But nothing in television is. They're trying. Andrew asked, did I enjoy the Three Doctors? It was really interesting. And seeing the first ever crossover and getting a sense of the first ever anniversary thing in an anniversary year. And I really want to examine more of that and get a sense of, those things. Because something Russell has said at the beginning of the production of this season is that he wants to focus less on doing something huge for one anniversary. And instead, there was a 3-part mini season for the 60th. And then there was this thing that we're doing. And it's about, always doing big things. Is that a mermaid? What is that?
Yes, that is in fact a mermaid that was in my drink and is now sitting on top of my microphone.
Have we done mermaids on Doctor Who?
Yes. I mean, we've done
the
sea
show.
devils.
Now I want mermaids.
I
I'm
don't
already
disagree with
planning
that.
for season 3.
Mermaids versus sea devils. I mean, there's still a rumor that we're getting a Sea Devils and Silurians spinoff.
What even is that? Against each other? I'd actually maybe watch that. I don't know if I'd watch a whole series of that. That seems like it'd be really long.
But if it's okay, this whole season was 6 episodes, and I hate that. But a couple of episodes worth of a limited series, I could see that.
But you know what I realized? We actually got 12 episodes because we got 3 specials and then Christmas and then 8. So we've gotten 12. That's not going to make up for if we get 8 episodes next year, though. Unless we get specials. That's what I feel like we need more of again, is smaller stories. If we're getting things like that and we're getting more stories interspersed, then I'm in favor of shorter seasons. But otherwise, come on. Give us something to go.
I'm still not. I mean, when you think about it, before the 2007 writers' strike, the American model, and I know this is not the same in the UK, but the American model was exhausting. Yeah, it was 20 to 25 episodes, 1-hour episodes was a regular standard season. And now a standard season is 12 to 15 episodes. And it has moved, the American model has moved very much closer to the British model, which is kind of backwards, you'd think, from what you'd expect. Normally the American influence goes out and takes over everything else. But in this case, because of the writer's strike in 2007, it completely upended the entire industry in North America.
Also, why we got the rise of reality TV.
That
is a much deeper conversation.
Yes. The extent of which I will go into. Well, the top, when you look at the Doctor Who ratings, almost everything above it is reality TV. It is the number 2 to number 3 scripted program in the UK. Even if you just look at the UK Barb numbers. Just saying. Context.
Yeah.
Why does Sutek look like Scrappy-Doo off the Scooby-Doo movie?
Again, I'm watching classics, so please don't try and act like amazing makeup is something that is in the history of Doctor Who. It's not.
No, garbage bags and
I thought Sue looked like Riff Raff from Rocky Horror.
Yes.
With the hair. Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Yep. It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Time is fleeting.
Kevo, wait until you see the bubble wrap monsters from the 5th Doctor.
I mean, there were the bubble wrap looking monsters from the 3 Doctors, the red guys. They were interesting.
Arc in
Gorgeous
space.
colors.
And Sega Ages, thank you, Sega Ages, for joining us when we did the live watch parties. Those were great. If you have not joined us on those live watch parties, join us. We will be doing that again on Friday. Whether I'll be here or not, as I said earlier, is going to depend very much on what else I have media-wise going on. But we will have our finale. That's a terrible picture of Mrs. Flood.
Thanks, Dave.
I know that's her going for the wink, but that just kind of that's I don't like that.
It's creepy.
It's still gorgeous. It's still magical. Kevo, you're
Should
amazing.
be creepy. She creeps me the hell out, man.
That is completely valid. But yes, join
Maybe
us on Friday for
Susan?
the finale. It was the point of what I was going into.
Yeah.
So yeah, Candyman. How about you? You gave it Kevo gave it a wibbly wobbly 9. You gave it a strong 9.
I love the I love the pacing. The pacing was very, very much on the same as Giggle. I think the pacing was amazing. Everything was hitting off fire. I think that how much money they spent on just on the holodeck, as we're going to call it now, and the set design, even Flinks, even though it was a robot, it was an actor inside a robot.
Yeah. I love that.
And it got a metal upgrade, which is quite interesting. They upgraded the metal to new things. I think the visuals of it was amazing. I love the new suit tech. I think he looked really good. A couple of bits which these are really nitpicks. Because I love unit, and everyone knows I do a lot of unit stuff. I didn't like how the new ranking badges on the corporal and colonels weren't much different. I'd like to see more variation of what a sergeant would be like, because all they had was like little tiny stripes representing what they were. That was a nitpick from my point of view, but it didn't make much to the story. My problem thing, which is what drew me down, is how shooty Doctor is. Even though shooty is the Doctor and he's done really good, especially like in Boom and other stuff, the thing what let me down was when he had that breakdown and Mel told him to pretty much man up. I can understand him that he might be he's struggling with the Y generation. There's not a lot of emotions there where he has from previous generations. I think I do miss the Time Lord Victorious in from David Tennant, when if there was a problem, he would literally face it. What I found with Shooty in this season, okay, and tell me if someone might be wrong with this, is that he keeps on trying to run away and then try to think about something and then try to do something, rather than the David Tennant's Doctor literally go, right, I'm doing this. This is what's going on. It's a contrast. I know it's a contrast, and that could be because of their by generation, which split the contrast apart. But that's having a companion telling the Doctor to pretty much man up and go through it. I had to drop a point on that, and that's where my point dropped to a solid 9. On the whole, I think it was lovely. I think the TARDIS was nice as it came through, groaning, the VHS stuff, and what I like about the VHS with the holodeck, how they got the lines, and it wasn't like a perfect holodeck; it was wavy.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
and
the
I
way
thought
that
that
it was like blue and everything. I
pixelated.
loved that. That was really, really great. It looked very good attention to detail. Yes.
Yeah. And if anyone who doesn't know what VHS is, it's an old school tape. It's not digital, it's analog. Okay. And you had to basically put in a VCR like Tom pointed out, and you had to press play. And if you was growing up in the 80s, you need the ID in how to program the clock on a VCR.
Oh,
be kind, please rewind.
Yep.
Had everything set. I knew how to work everything. I knew all the different levels of VHS to get the most minutes out of your VHS tape. I have a glorious collection, and it's gone. I hate my sister.
Yeah, LP and standard play, long play and standard play. I had to get 6 hours out of a 180-minute tape. Yep. And
that's 12 episodes of a half-hour show. Like, come on. Like, you need to make sure. Like, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, like I said,
Beta
I
was
think that
better.
was really good. I'm not sure, even though the Colonel died, and we all knew the Colonel was going to die because he moved behind the TARDIS. Even though the Doctor told everyone to stand still, but yet went, you know what, you can go. I don't need to go because I don't want to get killed, but you can go. That was a little bit of a, would the Doctor really sacrifice someone else? I don't know. This is where I'm like,
maybe.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I struggled with and stuff like that. The only thing which I did notice as well, and this might be a spoiler for next week, is what was sitting in between Sutek's head.
The ruby.
The ruby.
I forgot about that.
Out loud for the first time. I'm hearing it out loud for the first time.
Yeah, there's been a lot of comments of, did you notice what's on his forehead? Did you notice what's there? Did you notice the red jewel? Yeah, ruby.
Want to respond to the fear thing, and I don't love speculating because I hate being wrong, especially so close to the actual answers. But I do also like the line that really jumped out, and the moment that really jumped out to me was the Devil's Court of the Doctor questioning, why am I afraid? And that is what leads me to believe that there is a point to it. And I don't know if it is going to be, maybe it was because they were being followed by Sutek, and that's part of what has been making the Doctor feel this way all season. I don't know if there's going to be some sort of 12th Doctor, like 12th Doctor lesson where, like, I chose this face so I can remember to save people. I'm scared now to remember to slow down. There's like always,
point taken, Kevo.
But I would, my money is on it's the Sutek thing, and I think maybe we're going to see the Doctor step back into himself a little bit and feel more confident as the Doctor now that everything's revealed.
And that you gave me a good reminder because I was going to mention it again. What we saw in the Devil's Court was exactly the same thing what we saw in Pyramids of Mars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the full one yet. So I'm excited to watch.
So you remember when?
The devastation scene. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Sarah Jane.
did
Sarah Jane did exactly the same thing with the Fourth Doctor, which we mentioned on one of the watch parties and shows. Which, if I had any brain, would like go, Pyramids of Mars, which we did, but we didn't connect all the other dots. But we have noticed, as we've all been discussing throughout this season, of how many references are there to the Fourth Doctor to this season.
Yeah.
So, like, boom, the Fourth Doctor stood on the mind. In 73, Sarah Jane was wearing a similar costume to what Ncuti's Doctor was wearing. And there's been so many hints of the Fourth Doctor throughout this season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sega's got an interesting take on things. And I can see this. What if the Mother in the Hood is Sarah Jane? Sounds a bit odd, but the stuff we can do remote recently, it's definitely possible. It could also be, they could also bring in her daughter, who we've talked to here on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. She took over her mom's part in Big Finish. There's nothing saying she couldn't come in and take that part, even with some CGI overlays and whatnot. Deep fake, yeah. It's possible. It's possible. Like I said, there's so much connection between what was going to happen in the Sarah Jane adventures before she passed away and this entire season that is not the hottest hot take that you can have.
Nope. I think the other rumor which is flying around is that Mrs. Flood could be Clara. That was the other thing because of what she's wearing. Like I said, I'm taking that as a pinch of salt, guys. Okay, if it happens, it happens. But it's quite interesting, obviously, in all the different fan theories exploding of what's going on. And I am enjoying it. There are a couple of bits of this season which, I can understand that. I'm not sure about that. However, you know what you said today, Kevo, about you meeting a guy 23 years old watching Doctor Who. Today, I met a guy in his 70s and been watching Doctor Who since it first came out.
Yeah.
And this is what I love about Doctor Who. It doesn't matter how old you are, and it doesn't matter where you start. You can watch it. Yeah, some Doctors you won't like, some Doctors you'll love. Some of the classic stuff you think this is really tacky on the special effects, but sometimes the storylines are really good. But then it's the other way around. Sometimes it's these graphics are amazing, but the storylines are tacky. And this is why I love discussing about Doctor Who, because everyone's got their own point of view, and we can talk about it. And I think that is awesome. Over to you, Dave. What is your ratings on this?
Transition, sort of, kind of.
Transition.
Well, before I get to my rating, let's just take a look at what some of the people at home have done. Andrew gave me 9.5, 7 from Mark over at Erie Travels. Jim gave it a 9. Nicobat 9. Didn't wrap up all the loose ends, but yeah, exactly. This is still part 1. 8 out of 10. An 8 strong 8, 7.5. A 3 from Komodo. Thought there was too many filler scenes that didn't strike that emotional button that they were going for. That's fair. That's reasonable. Good 8 comparing it to Smith and Jones was good for me. So yeah, there's lots of, most of the reviews I've seen out there have been fairly positive. Even people that were generally negative or at least critical of a lot of the season leading up to this point. So that's good. Tomgo didn't like it at all. Only gave it a 1. But again, and everyone's free to give those ratings. I gave it a 9. I haven't decided. I'm leaving it same as Kevo. It's going to be a wibbly wobbly 9. Like, I finished that. If you joined us for that live watch party, I said it on Friday. I said, my heart was pounding at the end of this, going, oh my God, this is like, it was a frantic pace. It needed to be. I think the frantic pace served it well, though. Like, if this was a different episode, it might have felt rushed. And if you only picked this episode up, like if you skipped the rest of the season and just dumped into this finale, and there are people who probably may do that. Yeah, they dropped a lot of information really fast, and they resolved, or at least either resolved or set up resolution. Confronted a lot of what has come forward.
Yes.
Really quickly, and I really enjoyed what they did. There's been some criticism out there on, we're trying to get some new fans, so let's bring a monster back from 49 years ago. Yeah, doesn't matter. They're also trying to take those new fans, and this entire season has been very much tailored towards bringing in a younger generation of fans. Like, there's no denying that. They flat out said it publicly. Never mind just it being apparent. But they've taken that and trying to bring them back into these classic stories. They brought out. Do I love what they did with Sutek in the CGI? Not yet. I'm willing to not make a judgment call on that until part 2 to see what they do with the character. Do I think it was a little much? Probably. Do I love the reveal beyond that? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
spoilers, like the fact that they kind of went and looked and said, oh, if we dig into this, we can see this cloud of going on, and clearly there's something around the TARDIS. And is it still around the TARDIS? It's still around the TARDIS, right? The whole discovery of this and the reveal was brilliant. Whether you like that version of Sutekh or not, again, I'm holding judgment till the end of the week. The reveal was great. Even people who knew, because it's been widely rumored that was going to be the case. So it was still, even being sure that was going to be the reveal was still a great reveal. Yeah, the wrong anagram. Sutekh and Sutekh is not actually an anagram. Shooty, but okay, we'll forgive you for that. But are you going to watch the Pyramid of Tomorrow's Tales of TARDIS with the updated CGI tomorrow on BBC 4?
It's Thursday.
It's what time is it, Mark?
It's midnight. Oh yeah. It's
so tech for you, it is technically tomorrow. The rest of us, it doesn't matter because the rest of us don't get to see it officially.
It's the timey-wimey thing. I hate like when it flips.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fair. I get it. It's BBC production, tax dollars at work, blah blah blah. There's legalities, which is why it's not technically available, like in the Broadcasting Act or whatever the act is that lets the BBC exist in the way it does. Is why we can't distribute that, but it's still out there, or it will be. I have certainly watched Pyramid of Mars in its entirety. I am certainly going to be trying to track down the edited version that they're going to be putting out there. And as I said earlier, hopefully this will depend very largely on what my schedule is here. And then once I have that conversation with Kevo and Melanie and Christian, hopefully we will have something on that, whether that's an early before the release, before the drop on the finale, whether it's later, whether it's tomorrow. We'll figure it out. But I definitely would like to watch it. I have watched it. I want to see the edited down version and updated version.
I have the VHS copy of it.
Yeah, exactly. I've got
90 minutes when it came out.
Nice.
RTD is mummy. All right, I'll take that. I get that's amusing.
No. RTD is dad.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. See, I knew you'd have a response to that.
Stephen Moffat is uncle.
Sega loves the Revs background. All sorts of fun stuff out there. It's true.
I'm a hoarder.
It looks like your own memory TARDIS. That's how you pitch it.
Yep, that is a memory TARDIS.
It's a memory TARDIS.
Yes.
So I need Kevo to help me with these things, as always.
I'm an ad man.
Because I've been in the dark archives too many times, I forget everything.
Exactly. But yeah, so I think that's things to be aware of. Since might as well just run things through some stuff. September 13th to 15th, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS will be at another convention. Space Coast Comic Con. That's Ancient Con.
Ancient Con, that's it.
You can go to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.com. Is it Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.com or the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.com?
The Legend.
The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.com. And you can check out all of the things. Hey, okay. I got tiki fries coming. Thank you, good sir.
Fries.
Delicious.
If I put the link
do you want to promote Huli Huli while you're here? Come here.
Come on over.
Have a seat.
Come on
so
over, baby.
I want to introduce Rick. Rick is amazing. Rick has been our host here, and
I'm just stars.
And so I want to just give a quick thank you to him and everyone here. We're just going to turn my camera over this way. Oh, look. There he is.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, everyone. So amazing, actually, to be part of this podcast here in our own little transportive of space, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's a valid
yeah
way to put that. Thank you for having me here and letting me do this. Go quick, tell everybody who the 30-second.
Oh my God, the 30-second spiel.
30-second spiel.
Okay,
the bio.
4 tiki bars in Ohio. We are the only one in Central Ohio. We have been open for 5 years now. While we do most of our own handcrafted syrups, liqueurs, and cocktails, we do pay homage to the classics. And also, we're in the process of restoring one of the moais from the Kahiki. If anyone's familiar with Ohio, the Kahiki was a Polynesian supper club from the 60s up until about 2000 is when it closed.
Okay.
So still preserving that history. So please, if you're ever in Central Ohio, come visit us.
And where do you find you online?
HuliHuliPal at .com for the website. Instagram is at HuliHuliPal, and our new TikTok account is at HuliHuliPal2. So please follow, like, all that wonderful stuff.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll let you get back to it.
Fabulous.
All right.
So yeah. Oh, who is your doctor?
Oh my God, that's hard. Tenet.
Tenet.
Yeah.
All right.
Tenet's my doctor.
There we go. So I couldn't not ask that. I think Christian would have my throat if I didn't ask that specific question, as that is our thing. But yes, if you go to thelegendofthetravelingtardis.com/event, you can get all of the events that we're at. Also, in the fabulous funness of everything, we're up to 13,000 subscribers.
Woo! Crazy lot.
13,000 with 1,000. That's 3 zeros on there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in this journey, for becoming part of the legend with me, with these fine folks, with all the people you see on here every week. Christian, who's been taking a break, who started this, and he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. A lot of the shorts that you watch on our YouTube channel, that's Christian doing that. Melanie is working her butt off. All of everyone here has, Mark and Gadget have been doing the website. Kevo does these amazing thumbnails. Tom shows up.
Tom does that walk once a day.
Exactly.
I'm trying to do things.
It's true. Jasmine when she's available, Nisha when she's available,
Jessica,
Mackenzie, everybody. There's so many people who have been involved on every continent except for Antarctica. I think we've had someone.
Yeah.
If not on the show, I know we've definitely had viewers from South America. I don't think we've ever had a guest from South America yet.
We had some guy from Brazil showing up on our live
in the audience,
stream.
so yeah,
in the audience.
So, thank you, everybody, for joining us on this journey and being part of the legend with us. Again, in about 45 minutes over on my channel, TheRatHole.ca, you can check out. We've edited the 90-minute live stream that I did last week with Kevo. Down to only an hour, looking at this weekend's free RPG Day swag, because it is a lot of fun. So you'll get the edited version of that. Every year I get a chance to look at that stuff with a variety of different sponsors over the years. And this year, Free RPG Day sent me a box because I didn't know where I was going to be on Free RPG Day. As it turns out, I'm going to be at Origins in Columbus. But I'm going to be sticking around because I've got some delicious food. I've got some new drinks in here. So I'm going to be sticking around in about 45 minutes. That video is going to go live, so you can join me over there. Please and thank you. And Tom, where can we find you?
You can find me on youtube.com/@Reverend Amagon. I am going back to doing video posts. I've had requests to be on live because they want to talk to me, and of course, I got people's behind me, all nice, people that have the websites and such, supporting them. So bringing that about and stuff. Yes, I would. I would make a good Dalek. I think I have one too.
DALEKHAL, that's another person we need to thank. Yes. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me, Daleks. And Candyman, you got anything interesting coming up?
Not at the moment. I'm just chilling out, relaxing, and just having a sweet British perspective on things. Or a sweet Canadian perspective now.
Yay! Woo-hoo. Super excited for you to try that. Let me know how that goes. Kevo, you are all of the places. Where can we find you?
All of the places. Also, that was me. I apologize. I didn't know where the button was on him. It's been a while, and I technically forgot he talks. So Eggs wanted to say hello. His name is Eggs, and of course he is my Pride Dalek. So he wanted to come out and say Happy Pride, Happy Pride. You can find me over on X's for Show, covering all the various things that we cover. We cover a whole bunch of different content from things like Doctor Who, or the Star Trek Discovery series finale, or RuPaul's Drag Race, which we've been covering the All-Star season weekly. It's been a lot of fun. They are some very talented performers, and yeah, it's really good. And, again, Happy Pride. Don't forget that gay people make this show, whether I'm talking about Doctor Who or Traveling TARDIS. And we're not an abstract concept. We're your friends and neighbors. And our existence is not pandering. We just want to exist.
Exactly. For those of you who don't think we should have pride, there's a reason. And it's probably the people who are saying you don't need it.
We have all kinds of prides. We love celebrating things. Humans love celebrating things. We need more celebrations, not fewer.
Valid. We should be mentioning Morris Gibbons. Before anything. Yeah, thank you, Komodo. Yes, Morris Gibbons was a wonderful addition. I can't wait to see more of him. He was also the voice of Eddie. Yeah, he was one of the babies.
They did ultimately use his voice?
Yeah, I believe so. He or at least the very least, he was originally supposed to be one of the voices. I don't know if they did finally bring that. If they did or did not use him at the end of the day. I think they did, though. Yes, Tom brings great humor and entertainment as well as knowledge. It's true. I tease Tom. I tease you because I love you.
And because you love it. You know you do.
It helps.
There's the hearts. Yep.
See?
Hearts for you,
Just
Tom.
for you.
Just for you. Andrew will see us on Friday. Will you?
Well, Mark's going to have some exciting stuff to report back, though.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and... What time is your showing start?
11 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So
what you might be able to call in.
It was 8 o'clock.
Which one are we talking about here, Dave? Are we talking about what's happening on Friday or what's happening on BBC?
8 o'clock for us.
Oh.
No,
right.
wait. Which one are we talking about, Kevo? Are we talking
I'm talking about Friday.
Friday, his cinema thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Friday is the film's going to start. Well, Doctor Who's going to be at 11 o'clock. And we're going to show the last week's episode first. And then they'll go straight in onto the next episode. So it'll be like watching Legend of Ruby Sunday and The Empire of Death in one big show. And so hopefully it'll be finishing about 1 o'clock. Just going to my local cinema. If anyone who is in the UK, have a look at Doctor Who at the cinema. There might be some tickets around. Because I know there's about, not just one cinema franchise in it, I know there's about 3 or 4.
AM or PM?
Yeah.
It'll be 11 o'clock
PM.
Wow.
So it'll be
like a midnight show.
PM
Okay.
that lead into so that midnight when it drops on iPlayer and on television, and for us on Disney Plus, it'll be live in the theater. Give or take a minute or two.
Makes sense.
Which we have been noticed that the UK's been getting it a minute quicker than the US.
As it should be.
We haven't had one of those in the US. I think I was just saying to, Andrew, that I don't think we've had one since... No, it was just to a stranger. That's so random. Since the 12th Doctor, since the Series 10 premiere with Bill. And it was a double bill. They showed the premiere of Series 10 and the first episode of Class. And so that would have been like 8 years ago. Ugh.
Was that after Power of the Daleks? Because Power of the Daleks, the first animated one.
No, I just mean like a new episode in cinemas. I'm not. I don't know what events they've done otherwise.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I know Power of the Daleks got a theatrical release, a limited one. 00 Inside also going to the cinema on Friday.
Cool.
So yeah, exactly. YW2324, hello. Thank you for joining us. Haven't watched the episode, but you will. I love hearing that. That's always good. It doesn't matter that you haven't watched it yet, but you want to and you're going to. So that's important. And again, if you watch it before Friday, you can join us on our live watch party. Because we will have our live watch party.
Public picture.
Empire of Death.
I'm looking at Ruby. I'm not looking at her. That's weird.
It is a point of interest that Empire of Death, that title flew so under the radar since it was announced. Everyone's like, oh, this sounds like they're bringing the Daleks back. This sounds like a Dalek title that they're just not using Daleks. But Sutek's the god of the dead. Like this, as soon as it was officially, even when they were saying, oh, it's probably going to be Sutek. Oh, it's Sutek. It's going to be Sutek. Oh, right. And it's revealed. And I love that.
When I was talking about Sophie Aldred being on LFCC, which is London Film and Comic Con, I just checked the guest list. So far, they've got Letty Rush and Susan Twist going to be at London Film and Comic Con.
Good for her.
And that's on the 5th of July. London Film and Comic Con is probably one of the biggest ones in the UK. It's a bit like MCM, which you think today.
All right. So yes, I think we've done a great job kind of covering everything. Thank you three for joining me on here. Again, thank you to Huli here in Powell for hosting me. And yay for tasty fruity umbrella drinks.
Fire.
And delicious food, which I'm going to eat in the next half hour before going over to my channel, and I'll hang out in the comment section for that. So please pop over to my channel to watch Kevo and Caitlin and I going through free RPG Day stuff. Any other last thoughts?
Apart from what it says on the bottom.
I still want to say it. I put in the chat, because Sutek surrounded the Doctor's TARDIS, what about 14th TARDIS? That's why I want to see. Maybe we're going to get this big bang next week, because the TARDIS was split. So it was around 14th first, and then all of a sudden we have 15th TARDIS. It's like,
they made such a meal out of the time window, and this stuff is like time memories, but it's physical, and it's a TARDIS, but it's like still a TARDIS. Like that felt like an introduction to the memory TARDIS, but like now if it's not, I'm gonna be disappointed, and I think that's my biggest concern. Like Susan was a red herring and very well played, but now I want Susan, and we've all wanted Susan for a really long time. So if we don't get those things, that's going to start to be frustrating. I'm not like trying to be demanding. I'm only trying to be like, let's, be careful about how many balls you throw up in the air, depending on how well you can juggle.
I can't juggle.
So that's my final thought, I suppose.
I'm going to kill a little bit more time here.
Oh,
okay.
Because apparently, so Nisha, our wonderful Nisha Melchana, is off in South Korea, and Mr. Alarm. So I'm gonna vamp just a little bit longer.
I'll wait.
Have a chance to join us.
Bring on the lovely Nisha.
Oh,
yes. Because we miss Nisha, and we want to have Nisha here.
I must admit.
And I heard a beep, and I'm going to scroll down here, and look, we've got better than any. Well, we don't have better than any, but we have.
Oh my gosh! Double surprise!
We have Melanie. I'm glad
we're champion.
He's on mute, however. There
Better?
we go.
Better?
Yes.
Better? Oh my god, I can't do this. Hi!
So Melanie, hi. Welcome from the wide world of Disney. What are you?
Kinda. I am at the Dolphin Resort. I just left. Hi guys, how is that? Hopefully the show was great. It's been rainy on and off. That's why I'm like in the parking lot. It got really rainy, but oh my lord. FYI, if you've never ridden Rise of the Resistance, that is a really good ride. Oh my lord, that's a really good ride. So yes, anyway, I just Star Wars nerded out like crazy. So anyway, hi everybody. Hi. I saw a message to Nisha that said 1 more minute. Pop in quickly, and I was like, oh, I could just jump in.
Yes, you
can. I got off I-4. Whew. I got Dave his mug. I got his Yum Tiki Ewok mug.
I was showing off the picture you sent me because they've got some. You can see kind of at the bottom there. You can't see it because there's something else in the way, but there's a bunch of the geeky tikis down the bottom of that shelf there because they had a. I don't know if you were watching the episode when I was showing that off. Yeah, they had a May the 4th be with you event with a bunch of Star Wars drinks. So it's
that's awesome.
And they've got a few of those mugs left. So what's your rating for this?
I don't know. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if I can go back to the 10s again because I did find faults here and there, but it's a solid 9 again. I mean, I was very happy. It was another damn good, episode. So I'll give it a 9. Because I'm going to go up again. I'm going to go up again when I rewatch it. I didn't find it. What was everybody else's ratings?
I gave it a wibbly wobbly timey-wimey 9.
Okay.
Kevo gave it a wobbly 9.
Yeah.
Solid 9 from Mark and a 7.5 from Tom.
There we go. Okay. No, and that's fair because this was good. This was okay. Fine. Apparently, some of the things that Dave's been talking about and Kevo's been talking about are like, oh, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise! 2 of my favorite co-hosts know what foreshadowing is. and can pick this shit up very quickly. And I'm like, no, there's no way. No, that's anyway. Here's the fancy hotel. I'm somewhere up there.
Is that the pyramid of Mars?
Oh my gosh, yes, perfect timing. Oh, that's so funny.
Right? Is that not funny?
Melanie is in fact Sutek.
And one thing I want to just be happy, and I can I don't know if you can see it, but Disney actually has a pride flag out. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Right there next to the state of Florida one. So good for them. Sorry, that's my own cat.
Melanie, go eat at Garden Grove. It's so good.
Garden Grove?
Yes, it's at that hotel. It's so good.
Okay.
They have this giant fake tree. It's a buffet.
Okay. No, I haven't. We were gonna figure out dinner soon, so yeah. Okay, no, I'll check.
I don't know what the pricing is, but at least look. It's really cute.
I will do that. I saw that Nisha might be jumping in, so I don't know if
she's got like another. She'll be on in like another minute or so.
Okay, because I figured you guys
trying
were
to
in
put
the after
herself
party.
together. So keep vamping.
Oh, okay. So I can just keep vamping. All right.
Yep.
Other thoughts.
Other thoughts. La, 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 la. I don't know. 'Cause I just literally saw it the other night, so my brain's not like working.
You only seen it once?
I only saw it once.
You're a servant of Sute, apparently.
I'm kind of busy. somewhere.
If you hadn't got me an amazing mug, I would give you more snark, but you did. So all I can do is give you like hearts and loves.
Yes. Well, I found out that mug is its second edition, so it's the same mold, but it's a different glaze.
Okay.
So it's got it's green, but then it's got a blue glaze. So it's not going to be the same as mine, but similar. And apologize if the music's loud in here. I'm in the lobby.
It's mostly the fountain.
So here, I'll let everyone kind of look.
I knew there was a fountain.
Look at that chandelier.
Oh, beautiful.
Pretty. So this is the
nice.
This is the dolphin from the Swan and Dolphin.
And fun fact for anyone who will note about the fountain and see that is not an actual dolphin, it's because the dolphin of the Dolphin Resort is named for the dolphin fish.
Oh.
Not the football team then.
Everyone points out that that's not a dolphin.
That's fair.
Dolphin fish?
We're getting static. Is that
Sparkly!
A water
Sparkly!
Everything is a fish.
Everything's a fish.
I'm a fish.
So yeah,
I
there's
finished
your...
my fish drink.
There you go. So you've got a fish and a monkey. Any other animals?
And this one's not an animal. This one's just a nice drink with an umbrella.
That is an undisguised TARDIS.
Yes, there we go. I will probably not have another fancy drink tonight. But every year that I've come out here, I've come back with at least one piece of glassware. This year probably won't be a branded one, unfortunately. But no, I've got some fun ones that I've gotten from here over the years. They've got stuff from Vancouver since I've been here last. Not from Stormcrows, which is a nerd, not a tiki bar, but it's a nerd bar, and they have it with some tiki mugs. They've got a Lich King and a Cthulhu, and I was quite happy to see those hanging about.
As we're talking about all the different animals, we can't forget about Catford.
Yeah,
the Catford cat.
Here we go. Mahi.
Nice.
Yes, it's also known as dolphin.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you, Andrew.
I don't know how loud it got with me at that fountain, so I just moved to the.
It sounded mostly like static.
The water,
sorry. I tried to.
It is beautiful.
I realized it after the fact. I went quickly to mute and try to get into this little room.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Not a problem.
So that's my quick hello. I'm rating it a 9. It had enough little twists and turns that I think again we have. I'm not sure about them saying like with the doctor with the is it like when even Kate was kind of like granddaughter. What do you mean granddaughter? And then he kind of got wibbly wobbly again with the timeline of. Do you have a daughter? Do you have a, it's
what's up? Yeah.
So again, but I trust. I trust RTD, and so far every other episode has been amazing. And my husband is asking me where I am, so apparently we're going to be going to dinner now. And will talk to y'all later. So, but yeah.
Vamp for another second or two here. I think I may have just given her the wrong. Nisha says she's on, but I don't see her.
I put in this link just to be safe.
Yeah, it could have been the.
As I make everyone do 6. Okay, sorry. So.
You're giving the experience of classic VHS.
Oh my God. Oh. And now my signal's starting to get weird, so I think that's because I'm around the elevators. So I will sign off. I will say good night to everybody. Thank you for watching and enjoying the show as always. And Dave, did you already mention the subscribers.
The 13,000 subscribers.
1,000?
Oh, it'll come up again. Don't worry.
1,000. 13,000. No.
Kevo, I'm ditching out of the studio for half a second. You've got the reins for a few seconds.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, maybe I'll.
Any final thoughts on what you're excited for Friday, Mel?
Wait, say it again. Sorry.
Any final thoughts on what you're excited for this Friday? Like, I want to know what Mrs. Blood's deal is. I still don't get her. I still want to know what's up with her.
I still don't get her. No, I think I've learned that I don't pick up many things about the episode until the second viewing, because I'm just in there sitting down, enjoying everything that's been given to me. I try not to be so analytical and going, there's more excitement as a viewer when that happens. So for this time, I think I'll have a more critical thinking for the next. Then I would be able to answer your stuff next one.
Exactly.
I'll try to be on the watch party so that way we could talk about what we're doing. Nisha!
It's
all
me,
the way
guys.
from South Korea.
South
all the way from
Korea.
Saskatchewan. Wait,
I'll go show you outside my window so you will see where I am. Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm like, I'm gonna have a 13-hour, 14-hour time difference from everyone, so I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. No, we're so glad you were able to pop in.
I was like, oh my god. Truly, my alarm's silly. Seriously, dude.
Perfect timing if you're gonna be late.
I'm good at being late, Dave.
We're wrapping up, and I say, "Oh no, I missed the alarm. We're not off yet. Get on now."
Get on.
Melanie saw that message,
and then Melanie sees it. Yeah,
she popped on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a party. Hey. Oh gosh, it's nice to know I was missed. Wow. Okay. Cool.
You were always missed, Nisha. You were always missed. I'm so glad that you were able to pop on. What do you? Whoops. So, what did you give this episode? 1 to 10 TARDIS.
Why don't you guys wrap me up on what everybody got, and then let me see what I think. Seriously.
Yeah.
We had 3 9s, a 7. Mel was a what was Mel?
9.
Mel was a 9, trying not to give it another 10.
Yeah. So various assortments of whether it was a strong 9 or we're going to give it another episode 9. But
Tom was a 7,
and the audience was kind of
very
critical, between 7 and 9.
Very serious.
Yeah, so the audience and me and I'm not being hypercritical of the season whatsoever, because you haven't heard any of my season comments so far.
Right.
I've watched it with. Yeah, I really want to be able to talk a lot about how interesting I feel and this entire season in terms of the writing style, and because it's very different. It's just very different, and I'm cool with that. I like different.
Agreed.
So I don't know. I'm kind of going with an 8, maybe. That's how I'm kind of feeling about it. Hold on. What was everyone's points? I'm so sorry because I couldn't listen. Tell me a little bit about.
You were asleep, because that's a thing that you have to do as a human.
That would be a thing. So, yeah. So tell me a little bit about everyone's thoughts, and I'm there for you.
I think the generics were it was fast paced in a good way. CGI was rated between and wait and see.
Depends on the scene.
Redesign. Some good fan service. Generally, I mean, it was, like I said, generally positive stuff. And I think everyone's just excited. Everyone's excited for next week, for both the Tales from the TARDIS and for the actual finale.
So I feel like we got some good, some old OG connections with these episodes, right?
Yes.
It's like pulling us back into some narratives, characters, that would be like, okay, where you been? You know, what happened to you? And here we are, we're finally getting drawn back in a little bit. I feel that it's interesting. Like, I'm sure everyone's talked about this already, but the Doctor's emotional array is like vast. It's like this Doctor is like moves the spectrum of emotion in 5 seconds. You know, from this madness to this fervor to this crying to this pure glee, right? Like, it's like this boom, 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 back and forth. And like, I feel like I'm watching Ncuti and I'm like, ooh, I could see like all the Doctors in 5 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I felt about this, because I hone in a lot on the emotional movement of anything, of any of him, but mostly him. And I like it, man, because I really have wanted like, give me Tom Baker throwback feedback time, basically, because we're getting Sutek, right? So I'm like, wow. And that's where I started. So for me, this was cool because I started with Tom Baker. Well, technically, I started with Pertwee, but Tom Baker was like the Doctor I watched the most, I think. So I think I like also the fact that we're getting so many references. It's really something I enjoy. I've wanted that for a long time, and we haven't gotten a lot of that for like how many Doctors now have we not gotten OG references?
Yeah,
so
or minimal OG references,
or at least a little something that makes sense. But like we start out with Ncuti, like from the get-go with Ruby talking about, because like again I haven't been here forever, so I mean he literally starts with explaining something that everybody's been like, where's Susan, and so it's like this. It's now become this constant movement and flow of all the emotions on so many unexplained. So I'm enjoying it because I want to know these things. So that's kind of where I'm at with all of it. I feel like there hasn't been that much of a miss for me, so I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I may not love the CG, but then that's okay. But it's all right. Let it not be.
I think a lot of people are like, let's see what they do. We only got 2 minutes of Sutek.
Not even like 30 seconds.
Let's see what happens next week before we completely judge the CGI. And Tom has pointed out that technically the score is now an 8.5 since everyone forgets after they leave the archives. Valid.
I forgot.
No,
good.
No, go ahead. I've had an hour. You go right ahead.
I think mainly because I haven't been on the show for a million years, you guys. So sorry. It's just life is crazy. But I am liking the fact that the power is in the story, a little more of the power of this entire season. Everything from what I could tell so far, I'm almost at the end, is in that narrative, and I'm cool. I like that because I like narratives that make sense. I also like narratives that flow. I don't mind having one-offs and things that kind of are like, hey, this is a standalone story. But I mean, what do you feel about the way that we've been moving? He moved Ruby's entire storyline from the get-go. Like, how has everybody felt about? Do you feel like we've moved her character where we're supposed to have moved her from the beginning to now?
Personally, I think I have to wait till next week. Well, this week, I guess.
Because who is she? I think that exactly. I think depending on who she is, because there's still so much speculation. Like I've seen theories.
Speculation. Yeah.
What if she's the Doctor's daughter after that wibbly stuff about like I knew my granddaughter, but not my daughter, all that stuff from the previous episode, I think there's so many things up in the air about who Ruby might still yet be that it'll depend on, because I'm also really eager to know what that narrative will be once we get to the end of it, because it's so many things we haven't been able to guess until we've seen the answers.
I have my concepts, but I got it, but I don't want to say anything yet. I think that we're looking at also, where is he moving the flow of Trudy's doctor, right? Based on this, going back to bring all these, I feel like there's some closure going on here. Does that make sense? Like, because there's so, like, because we still have Moffat writing in there. We have oops, sorry guys, my thing is trying to dump out on me. Give me 1 sec. I'm still here.
Your audio.
There we go.
Well, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, my video is like, hey, go to sleep, basically. It is bright and sunny at 8:49 in the morning, and I'm right on the beach in Busan. So
nice.
It's got all the sun coming in. Look. Goodness, what am I? I'm kind of interested in how much closure do they need us to get. I'm cool with whatever they want to bring in here. We're almost at the end of this season, and in a short time, we packed in like punch, little teeny pieces of them, but we packed in a bunch. So are we going to get a narrative at the very end that's going to tell us how all of these things wrapped up together? You know what I mean? So
I feel we're going to have to wait till Christmas.
I know.
Yeah.
My gut feeling saying there's going to be a Christmas before we get the full story.
Or middle of next season, because apparently there is some stuff going to hold out till mid next season. We're supposed to get 95% resolution by the end of this week. So we'll see if that is in fact true.
Dad says things.
Yeah, exactly. He also how much of it was him leading us along by the nose like a bull, and how much of it was legit.
All of those creepy little hints in interviews where, like, if you go back in interviews, there are things that he's dropped. Like, he's literally said episode titles, like him and Stephen Moffat for the last several months. So they've got plans.
Master manipulator.
I know what they are.
I love that there's the picture in the background of the interview that I've shown it a few times on the show, where it was a magazine cover with Susan Twist, and that picture that was on the back of his wall behind him, unreferenced, ends up on the big screen in all these pictures of Susan Triad. So that was kind of neat.
Okay.
So many breadcrumbs to baguettes to the head.
Kind of.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. I'm listening.
It's been a great season. The season has been, and I think this would be more of a strength to the season if it was a longer season. But it has been all over the board. We've had goofy with space babies. We've had over the top with Devil's Cord. We've had super emotional deep with Boom. We've had hard sci-fi. We've had fantasy. We've had light. We've had dark. We've been all over the Doctor spectrum this season. And we are going to go back through this season. Whether we will decide this after this week, how we want to address it. We've got a couple of like interviews, other stuff planned for next month here on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. But there is going to be a conversation of how do we want to re-look and reevaluate this season. Maybe we look at some of the stuff, like the episodes that RTD said, hey, these are your 5 episodes to watch going into the finale. hey, let's take a look at the relatively recently released animated version of the Celestial Toymaker. We want to look at, are we going to do an entire episode on Pyramid of Mars? Are we going to do the Tales of the TARDIS version of Pyramid of Mars? We don't know. We have not come to any of those conclusions yet. But there will be more about this season coming soon. Coming soon to a thing near you.
TARDIS near you.
Exactly. Nisha, do you have anything interesting going on right now? We've kind of gone through everyone else's. Where can we find you?
You can find me in South Korea at the moment for the next 10 days. Woo! Oh my God, you guys saw that I was on CNN News last week. That was pretty insane.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, how did I never expected that. Jeez Louises. And yeah, we made the news in the Korean Herald and Yonhap News, so you could actually find us on there. So you guys know I was here for, everyone knows why I'm here. So
yeah.
I'm working on the project. This is my second year. We're closing up the wrapping of it. I've been doing a mental health project for suicidality, suicide reduction in the Asian cultures like myself who are migratory, and why are we so much at risk? But then it's a project for across the board for suicide risk reduction, and we've been looking at key trauma, and this is why everyone knows I'm a trauma recovery person. I look at the Dr. Ruby and any character from that point of view always, because that's what I do. So for us, we've been working on a project about what we can do, what are the key factors and that a person can engage in fandom in order to be able to help to redirect trauma memory and not specifically depressive or anxiety moments, but in the long run, that's what it's about. But most of it's trauma memory to help us to be able to recover. So the doctor is literally, and I talk about it all the time when I am on here, that the doctor is fully engaged from the moment, especially from the moment the season began. We're talking about a doctor who's literally venting all his trauma on a regular basis, and we're hearing the narrative of that trauma recovery. So that's what we specialize in working on. I've just finished another book, which is coming out pretty soon. So so we have the Healing Messages of Fandom workbook that's finally done. Then we have the Healing Messages of Bangtan, or BTS, which is my favorite fandom other than Doctor Who, and that workbook is going to be coming out very shortly. We are on TikTok, and everything's going to go live on our TikTok because we actually do very well there. Our Living Bangtan 7, which means living bulletproof and confident 24/7. So that's the site that I've been doing most of my work on, which is part of the research. diversitygeek.org. You can find us on our webpage and look up our research. We have 2 new papers going up there probably in the next 2 weeks. So you guys will have the chance to see what the new language is about and what we're doing with the model. So it's been crazy. We haven't been out and about as much because I'm so research focused and trying to get the books done. Yeah, it's been crazy. Dave and I are supposed to be working on a new book together, which is at some point in life going to happen. It's actually a version of the research that's focused on gaming as a medium for wellness. So we're trying, Dave. One day you're gonna get me some time. So Dave has to sit when he has some time, and I think that's not it. Let me see. We have an entire positivity line of merch coming out, so you guys keep an eye out for that as well. It's a whole new design series that I've done that's coming up that just has positive sayings, and almost all of it is fandom related. So yeah,
nice.
That's what I'm doing. But you can find us on diversitygeek.org, all of our social handles, and Living Bangtan 7 if you're a BTS fan. You can you'll find me out there working on that for sure. So I will be back in the States in probably 10 days. Right now I'm in California. So I'm at LA Comic Con in July. So you'll get some coverage from there. Okay. All right.
Horror,
So thanks for waiting
horror,
for me. Appreciate it.
How could we not? How could we not?
Thrilling. So excited.
Yeah, exactly. We're so happy that you were able to make it out, and we can get a little bit of time with you.
Oh, yay! I got hugs.
The first show I've been on with you.
Oh, is it? It's our first show together. Oh, that's true. Wow, I'm so happy. Well, hopefully, I can be on for the next show because I'll be on from here. I'll make sure my alarm goes off.
There we go.
Awesome.
So yes, but we do need to come to a close. I've just dropped into the chat everywhere that we are. If you pop over to my channel, going live, I think I set a 5-minute like premiere delay on mine, but we will have that video of Kevo and myself and Caitlin opening Free RPG Day popping up over on my channel, TheRatHole.ca, TheRatHole.ca. That's the Twitch thing. There we go. So you can take a look at all of the cool stuff. If you're familiar with Free Comic Book Day, this is the gaming version of that. And that is technically happening on Saturday, so you can get a little bit of a sneak peek on what's happening with that in a few short moments over on my channel.
You know what? I really have to walk you guys through gaming and anime areas here. We got to do a show on it because it's insane. If you think we do gaming, you do not. Oh my God. There's an entire location dedicated to gaming here. It's like insane. Yeah.
Nice.
So we got to talk about it.
Yes, we will definitely do that. In the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another edition of Stampede Wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan and get that reference, cool. I'll see you hopefully over on my page. Until then, please like, subscribe, keep commenting so we can put them up in the comments. And Tony, take us away. Away. Tony, take us away.